Hello, this is Dom from BlackToad Studios and welcome to episode 26 of the 83rd Warhost Reinforcements. So for a nice change, you get to see my face. And in this series, if you're unfamiliar and you're new to the series, we go over my word bearer army and the expansion which this video series follows. So currently my word bearer force is about 7,000 points of word bearers, includes a couple of knights in there, and it's a very nice army. The army up until this point, so I prepare for some changes, tends to be it is an undivided force. So you've got no cult troops. And reluctantly, as of late, I've kind of stayed away from marks. So we've tried to stay as vanilla as we possibly can. Unfortunately, in 8th edition, you are kind of thrown into having to take marks because of stratagems. And stratagems, as we all know, in 8th edition are very important. They'll give your army a nice little boost, especially if you've got like units that kind of need a bit of help on the field. For instance, your mutilators, if you get to fight twice with them, it's great. If you've got obliterators, Marcus Laniche is great. You get to fire twice. You know, there's some really good, strong stratagems out there for chaos. Even though we are one of the older codexes, we can still kind of bring the fight to the enemy, which is what you want. You want to have a fun, fair game. So as I said, we kind of like stayed away from marks, though we are kind of dipping into them. Mainly because I tend to be a very fluffy player, as the beard kind of goes in there, fluffy beard. Word bearers tend to frown upon those Chaos Space Marines which follow a particular god. Word bearers tend to be very well rounded when it comes to like worshipping different, gods. They tend to follow all of them rather than one specific one. And so when I've been putting marks into my word bearer force, I have tended to keep with one unit of Nurgle, one unit of Slaanesh, one of Tzeentch and one of Khorne, rather than picking any one to like be favoured over the others. So, saying that, we also have to think about, like I said, about stratagems. So they're very important to have, and a lot of them, once you start taking out particular parts, for instance, if you take out all the non-word bearer legion ones, you've then lost a few there. And then if you take away all the god ones, you've lost a big chunk there. And then if you take away unit ones, you're then limited once again. And with the new FAQ, the most important one, I think, for word bearers was Tide of Traitors. And if you're unfamiliar with the beta rules for Tide of Traitors, basically they've limited it once per game. So they've kind of nullified it a lot. It still has some use to have, but generally, yeah, you can't really use it that often, which is a bit of a shame. I'm not going to moan about it. It was obviously open to abuse, and never mind, these things happen. So going forward, we are going to start introducing an element of cult troops into the force and to see how we can turn them and paint them into a word bearer style force to add to the army. So let's have a look to see what the latest unit is onto the paint station. So the first unit we're going to be adding into the 83rd Warhost, the first cult unit, will be some Rubric Marines. So these guys here, there's a couple of small conversions on there, a few purity seals have been added on, a few scrolls onto each model. Currently we have got them in two parts, with the warp flamers being taken off, so I can paint the chests a bit better there. Quite a few balancing in at the moment, they're easy to remove. Now the front here, you've got the Sorcerer. It's converted using a 30k word bearer head there, so it's got a few like runes kind of etched into his head, which I think would be a nice little flavour there, where a Sorcerer obviously has dedicated himself to the true followers of Chaos, the word bearers, and decided there to show his loyalty, and brought along his Rubric Marines here as bodyguards and an assault unit, so he can cleanse the unpure with flame. So these are great models, a lovely kit to put together, and really kind of show what Chaos Marines are capable of having. We're going to be painting these into word bearer colours, so they will be red and silver, a few little bits of brass here and there, and of course like the green lens for those lenses in there. Thing to remember as well, guys, is you can buy these fantastic models from Goblin Gaming. There'll be a link below. Please bookmark it, and every time you buy anything through that link, you are helping to support the channel. And of course, if you're a Chaos follower, you're helping to build the 83rd Warhost. So check it out, guys. Great company, good customer service, and I can't recommend them enough, guys. So go check them out. But anyway, with that little plug aside, as I said, they're all armed with warp flamers, so they're going to be quite a pricey squad, and we're going to have to get some form of delivery system to get them up the board. I really want more Land Raiders and Rhinos, but we'll see if the budget can stretch to even more tanks. I'm sure it can. Just don't tell the wife. Right, so anyway, I'm going to paint these guys. It's going to take me a little bit longer than a week, but once they have been painted, I will be popping a video out there and hopefully getting them into a battle report. So this is Dom from BlackToad Studios. Thank you very much for watching and for your support, and see you next time.